Yeah, so just continuing from what I was talking about, finance, right? So Hong Kong purports to be an international finance center because finance makes up a non-negligible or unnegligible, right, percentage of its GDP. Uh, and I'm just watching this cat like just mess around. Like I don't know if you can see, but the cat is in that tree over there. There it is. Um, so here's the thing about finance, man. The people in finance. When I was living in this neighborhood, I had a roommate who was working for a boutique investment bank, and every time he'd finalize a deal, he'd make like $1 million US. So we used to talk, and I used to talk about just this crazy, like I wouldn't call it crazy, but just this like far out stuff, right? And then once he made a comment, he's like, bankers aren't the smartest people, they're just the greediest. And I was like, oh shit, he must have thought that what I'm saying is like super fucking spaced out, far out. Because I just used to be like blah 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 blah, right, like I am right now. But right now I'm not really talking about like smart stuff. I'm talking about like societal stuff in Hong Kong. But we used to talk about like science and like the future and stuff. So that's why he made that comment. It's like, I realized that bankers aren't the smartest people, they're just the greediest. So let's keep that in mind, because that relates to what I'm going to say about finance. So the government in Hong Kong, as well as the private sector, always coddled finance and finance professionals in Hong Kong, right? They paid them a lot. But the issue with finance professionals, the biggest issue is that they aren't risk-taking in terms of other ventures, because it might hurt their career. Finance is a demanding profession, and they go all in. A finance professional is all in on finance. So they make such good money, they don't have to think about doing other things. So their money is going in their own pockets, and it's funding their own lifestyle, which tends to grow pretty lavish. I've been told it tends to grow pretty lavish. I've never, I only have a rough idea of it. So they aren't really building anything. So there's two things about value, right? You can get rich doing two things: either value creation or value speculation. So finance people are doing value speculation, and in contrast, places like Silicon Valley, they're doing value creation, right? So when it comes to Hong Kong, because the government and the private sector only coddle finance and finance professionals, the creatives in Hong Kong, they sort of languished, and creative industries in Hong Kong never really took off. So at the end of the day, value creation just didn't happen in Hong Kong. And when value creation doesn't happen in a certain place, you don't get the jobs, you don't get the the culture around value creation, the culture that stems from value being created, right? And this again resulted in the city just shooting itself in the foot, because now you have Shenzhen, which is like the fucking tech capital of one of the booming tech capitals of China, right? It could have been Hong Kong, and Singapore, which is undoubtedly the Asia Pacific king in terms of technology and close to finance, close enough, I'd say, because the reason why Hong Kong keeps chugging along in finance is because of China. So anyways, but Singapore, pretty damn good, I'd say, in terms of finance, and the undisputed king in terms of tech in APAC. So the government realized that, oh fuck, we need to catch up in terms of other industries. So then there's been drives to really push tech in Hong Kong, and so much so that they're trying to make like another dedicated neighborhood just for technology professionals to work in, because they realize like the fucking whole world is creating value and all we're doing is fucking gambling our money on, speculative um, activities, which only gets you so far, and as it turns out, doesn't get you far enough. But coming back to finance professionals and my criticism of them is that, so for example, they're happy in their own lives. They make enough money. They'll buy their apartments. They'll travel the world. They'll post some pictures on IG, and that's it. They're not gonna create value. They're not gonna benefit anyone but themselves. Whereas engineers, doctors, the kind of people in Silicon Valley, they benefit the people around them by creating value, right? So I guess it's kind of good that the government's pushing for other industries, like, so I mentioned like IT, right? The government's pushing for right now, but government's also trying to zero in on the arts, like the arts, the fine arts. So really trying to push artists, create like, so we're turning, so during COVID, we had like these dedicated facilities, quarantine facilities built to house COVID patients. And now those COVID facilities are being revamped into like dedicated housing facilities and studio facilities, work facilities for artists and young people. So young people like in their early 20s, late teens, to basically, live there, work there on the arts and stuff. So in a drive to push the creative industries in Hong Kong. Okay. That's a step in the right direction. And it's great for the government, but man, like, I feel like goddamn left out. Yeah, like, I'm about to enter my 30s. I never had any of these facilities here. And what the fuck do you even say, right? I obviously, like, I'm pretty salty about all the fact that all this is happening now, and none of this existed in my time. So, well, the fuck can you do? I mean, you can't do shit. But definitely for the people of Hong Kong, and kudos to the government. Finally, it's the end of 2024, and we finally see these things that other places, they have in one form or another, backed by either the private sector or the government sector. The issue in Hong Kong has always been the fact that rent is so expensive and people are unable to really have these dedicated spaces for what they want to do. And my friend here just loves coming back to me. So now after that arts place after the COVID facility is converted to an arts space and housing for the young people of Hong Kong, it'll spur more creative and innovative, and innovation in this city, right? Because again, the finance professionals aren't gonna do this kind of stuff, right? Finance professionals, I don't mean to be personal, but this may sound personal, they're value extractors, they're not value creators. It's not, I would say by their nature, they're greedy. Yes, they have to be greedy, right? That's what draws them to the profession, but it's not a indictment to say that they are bad at their core. It's just that greediness is one of their traits, right? And if it's not greediness, it's you call it practicality, right? They want to make money because money is what makes the world go around. Um, I don't care about their personal aspect. I'm just saying they're value extractors. That's what the profession is. And I don't mean to sound stingy. I mean, not stingy, but I don't mean to sound. How I don't mean it to be personal, right? So yeah, so the government kind of woke up and said like, okay, look, we gotta push for IT, we gotta push for the fine arts now because our people fucking hate this city, right? The young people don't see any opportunities here. Part of the reason why a lot of them migrated, and you should see the kind of fucking surveys that are coming out in this city. 70% are unhappy in Hong Kong. Fuck it up. And the youth are like, they see no future in it. I don't blame them, for fuck's sake. Jesus. The only reason why I'm still in Hong Kong is because I never had the financial means, and I never got the opportunity to leave it. I would have left a long time ago. I kind of envy like the native like Hong Kongers, you know, like the ones that have. So I got my Hong Kong passport 2 months ago, which sort of, you know, enables me to enjoy like the special policies like the Canadian government has for Hong Kongers. So I kind of envy like the native Hong Kongers who've had these opportunities, you know, from the get-go since they were born because they're the Hong Kong passport. But hey, it makes sense, right? You don't want 1.4 billion Indians coming to your fucking country, right? You only want the top creme de la creme. So, and in contrast, the people in Hong Kong are quite civilized as opposed to like a lot of Indian people. So, but yeah, kudos to the government, man. Better late than never. That's what I say. I'm still upset that it took so long, and I won't be able to sort of be a part of any of that. But you know, in one way or another, I will contribute to. I don't want to say the culture in Hong Kong, but discussions on certain topics in Hong Kong. I will contribute to them, because that's what's important to me as a person. I'm not sure why that is. It's just part of who I am. Right? That's why I became an engineer. It's because like I like to create things. I like to build things, and I like to, you know, make new stuff. I was gonna say new shit, but I was like, fuck it. I like to make new shit. So, yeah. That was my little rant on Hong Kong, its position in APAC, the Asia Pacific region. It's, you know, the fact that the party will never stop in Hong Kong. It's just the people who are partying will change. It's new incentives or new projects that are coming up to boost other industries, and my take on all of that as someone who grew up here and someone who's still living here. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that. Enjoy that. Thanks.